What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
Hobbs and Shaw, a new action movie out in theaters, spin-off from the Fast and the Furious franchise. A movie that I was kind of looking forward to as just a dumb, entertaining action film. I'm a fan of The Rock. He's been in a lot of dog shit. Every once in a while, he's in a good movie. But even when he's in bad movies, I still find enjoyment in them. Like, the Tower Heist, the Tower movie, Skyscraper movie, the whatever it was called, the Rampage movie. They're all pretty much the same thing, but I enjoy The Rock's, charisma. This movie, however, the only thing I'm going to watch this movie for is the action scenes. I want to see over-the-top, awesome action scenes, and every single action moment in this movie is spoiled by the trailer. So I go into this movie having already seen every single action scene. Maybe not in its entirety, but I see all of the key moments in all of the action scenes. So all that I'm left with to be surprised and astounded and entertained by is the story and the acting, which was not good, because it's an action movie. I mean, I enjoy the Fast and the Furious movies. The kind of the evolution of that franchise is very interesting to follow. Like where it started, and then it kind of took a dip, and then all of a sudden they turned it into kind of like superheroes with cars. And this is kind of the next evolution of that, but highly disappointed, especially with the trailer. The trailer, if I hadn't seen the trailer, then I probably would have enjoyed the action scenes. But since I had already seen the action scenes, probably 20 different times in front of other movies in trailer form, it was pretty lacking. So I was able to focus on all the other parts of this movie that were pretty stupid. Starting off with the beginning of the movie, where it's introducing Hobbs and Shaw. It's got the side-by-side. Shaw is out in the UK. It's all rainy and blah, blah, blah. And then The Rock is all on the West Coast where it's blah, blah, blah. And The Rock goes in to, bust up some gangsters in a tattoo place that's also their hideout or whatever. And to interrogate the bad guy, he gives him a tattoo on his forehead. Now, let me preface this by saying that The Rock is covered in tattoos. This is a man who has gotten hours and hours of tattooing done on his body. He's an actor. He's somebody that I would assume would want some layer of accuracy or realism to what he's doing, especially being an actor who's basically not in charge of the scene. He's a producer of this movie as well. And the motherfucker doesn't know how to hold a tattoo gun. It's this starting off, right? Okay, some action fight scenes, whatever. And then he's tattooing the bad guy, and he's holding the gun. Instead of holding the gun like a fucking gun where you hold the handle, he's holding the back of the tattoo gun where the needle, where the fucking motor is pumping the it's the dumbest thing to start the movie, right? Like, I could understand if The Rock had never gotten ink, never gotten a tattoo, first time ever seeing a tattoo gun, and there's nobody in production or around the stay or around the shooting of this scene. Like, just, I can understand just like maybe a crowd of people that have no experience with tattoo guns, them not understanding that The Rock is holding the tattoo gun incorrectly. But that didn't happen. So that's where we're starting this movie at. So it's a complete lack of paying attention to just blatant stupidity. But then the movie gets going. They have this virus, right? Shaw's sister she has to steal this virus thing that's gonna wipe out humanity, right? Because that's the bad guys who are so concerned in this movie, right, to implement gun safety measures that are so astounding, right? You can't use. You have to be programmed specifically to your gun using like a little IR chip or a fucking what do you use the fucking the close proximity whatever, when you pay with your credit card and shit. Like they have one of those things in their glove, so you have to have the glove to be able to use the gun. It's an amazing thing that the quote unquote bad guys of this movie care so much about gun control, right? And also, the virus that they created is called Snowflake. So I'm wondering, while I'm watching this movie, of just kind of stupidity, like the whole gun safety thing is like, it's a weird thing to throw in. It's a weird thing, and then calling the virus that they develop. It's really like the writers of this movie want to make liberals the enemy. They are the bad guy, because the bad guy in this movie developed Snowflake, which is gonna, like, because that's what the conservatives think, like the snowflakes are gonna ruin society. So they develop a virus that's supposed to ruin society that's called Snowflake, and then they have these stupid fucking bad guys. These stupid fucking liberal bad guys. They so obsessed with gun control. And, so the bad guys in this have this, like, pretty nifty way of keeping guns unusable unless the owner who has the glove can hold them and is able to shoot them, right? But no, in this movie, hacking and fixing things, like, there's this kind of delusion to, like, that highly sophisticated scientific tools and computers are just really easy to hack into, because that's what the conservatives think technology is. That it's just like the bad guys. It's effortless. Like, oh, we can't get rid of guns. You could just print guns or make them. Like, it's effortless to like make guns. But anyway, so this is what I have to look forward to, since all of the action scenes have been spoiled already. And it's just, I don't know. It would have been fun. It would have been fun if I hadn't seen the trailer, but since I didn't see the trailer, it was pretty much just like some libertarian conservative, like, wet dream where, they have to go back. And it's like there's this scene where they're constantly trying to get this black Superman. The bad guy who had developed this really neat gun control concept. But also developed the snowflake virus that's supposed to be wiping out humanity. Like, they end up going back to Samoa, and of course they got rid of their guns. So now they're disabled now, because this is what it's like when you get rid of guns. What happens if Black Superman wants to come attack you and the government takes away all of your guns? It just makes it harder. It makes it harder. And then you have to use all of your souped up tow trucks, right? Where there's like this like, during this tow truck action scene, like the camera zooms in on the Hobbs logo. Like this tow truck was modified by Hobbs, because like they have this huge business going, and this family business going, where they apparently soup up tow trucks. Because every vehicle that these people drive has the ability to tow another vehicle behind it. And they're able to get this long chain of vehicles that's somehow able to, at some times, overpower a helicopter, and then at other times not overpower a helicopter. I really didn't like this movie. I mean, if I hadn't seen the trailer, then I would have had fun probably enjoying all the fight scenes. But that was spoiled, so I had to focus on all the other bullshit in this movie, which was horrible. There was a few cameos that I thought were fun. Sets up for another movie, which I think the next movie, considering the cameos they had in this one, might be an entertaining movie, but I'm not holding my breath. I thought it was a pretty big disappointment as far as movies go, but not the worst movie I've seen. Just, pretty worthless if you've already seen the trailer. But that's it for my review of Hobbs and Shaw. Go watch it at your own risk. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out daily. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Go buy my original artwork over at InspiredDisorder.com and save 10% when you use coupon code INSPIRED. At Ray Taylor for me on all social media. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!